Hey guys, welcome back to Rail Chief 74 today, and also Happy New Year to everybody who's tuning into the channel. So for today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Lionel 2024 Volume 1 catalog. So I know I've done catalog reviews in the past, the way I usually do them here on the channel. But for today's episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different this time around. So that way I'm not wasting a whole lot of time discussing about every little thing that's appeared in the catalog for this year. It's more or less going to be like a top 5 engines that are going to be most anticipated for this video for this year. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the show, and I'll share with you guys some of my top picks for the top 5 most anticipated Lionel locomotives and rolling stock for this year. Starting off this list at number 5, we have the scale Berkshires. Now it's been quite a number of years since we last got these locomotives in from Lionel, but for the first time ever, these locomotives are going to come with whistle steam, and the minimum curve radius to operate these engines are at 054. And we do get a very nice assortment of road names, including Nickel Plate Road numbered 755, Nickel Plate Road numbered 765, which is still in operation today. We also have the Nickel Plate Road Limited, which is painted in a very cool silver and blue paint scheme, numbered 777. We also have the Chesapeake and Ohio Berkshire, with the headlight more centered towards the pilot than the front of the boiler. We also have another Berkshire decorated for the DT&I Railway. And then finally, down at the bottom, we have Pure Marquette number 1225, which is the most recognizable of the bunch. Number 4, we have these 460 steam locomotives, also known as the 10-wheelers. Now, these locomotives are going to accommodate 031 curves, and we do get a nice assortment of road names and paint schemes. The first paint scheme that we have at the top of this page here is the Jersey Central, which is also painted for the Blue Comet, of course. The other one is for the New York Central and Hudson Railroad. We also do get another basic New York Central type steam locomotive on the next page here. We also have another painted for the Northern Pacific, which I do like a whole lot better than the fantasy paint scheme that they chose for the Triplex, which was also painted for Northern Pacific. And then finally, down at the bottom, we have our final 10-wheeler steam locomotive, only this one is painted for Union Pacific. Rounding off at number 3, we have the SD45 diesel locomotive, which Lionel is actually offering a bunch of different classic road names for this locomotive, including one in particular, which I'll get back to in just a moment. But as you can see, we have a very nice selection, including Santa Fe, Rio Grande, Reading and Northern, Frisco, the Southern Pacific, and then finally the Delaware and Hudson, which good old Buster is finally making his appearance in the Lionel 2024 catalog. And Lionel is offering the Delaware and Hudson in a bunch of different numbers, including 801, 802, and 803. And the 802 number is very reminiscent of the Delaware and Hudson SD45 that was seen in I Love Toy Trains Part 5 back in 1997. So I definitely think that this is going to be one of the most talked about engines of 2024. At number 2, we have the automatic Lionel Hotbox Reefer cars, which again, I think it's been since maybe 2004 since Lionel has released a Hotbox Reefer. The only difference between the newer ones here and the originals is that they're going for a more scale scheme here, while the original was more traditional and looked like the older Lionel milk car. And I think these are really cool looking, and the minimum curve radius to run these cars are at 031. Now, if I did have to pick a couple of favorites between all of them, it would definitely have to be between the Santa Fe and the Union Pacific Hotbox Reefer. Now, before we go ahead and mention what number 1 is on the list here, let's go ahead and wrap up this video with some honorable mentions. One of the newer Lion Sheep Plus locomotives that Lionel has just announced for this year is this very beautiful and faithful reproduction of the Lionel post-war 262 K4 Pacific, numbered 675, and it comes with a freight set which was similar to its post-war counterpart, and I think that this is going to be a really great seller. Lionel is also re-releasing some newer and some older paint schemes for the Lion Sheep Plus 2.0 Amtrak Genesis locomotive, now featuring newer road names such as the MTA, Conrail, and so much more, along with the Doodlebugs, which are also getting newer paint schemes too, like Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, Rock Island, Baltimore and Ohio, Santa Fe, and so much more. Also, don't forget to keep painting those happy little trees, because Lionel just announced that they're making some Bob Ross inspired merchandise, including boxcars, buildings, and some Bob Ross inspired water towers too. And finally, at number 1, we have the return of the iconic Milwaukee Road's 442 Atlantic. Whether you're a fan of the original 1935 tinplate version from Lionel, or the TMCC reproduction from 2006, this will be the first in a very long time that Lionel is re-releasing the Hiawatha 4.0 gauge, and the locomotive itself will accommodate 042 curves, and for separate sale, Lionel is also offering 18-inch aluminum streamlined passenger cars to go with the set, and I think this is going to be very exciting as far as all things are concerned. Now, Lionel is also offering some alternate road names and paint schemes for the Atlantic as well, which I'm not going to get too much into detail of, but I will say the ones that seem to be a little bit fitting for the Atlantic are of course the Union Pacific 49er hot dog paint scheme, as well as the paint scheme for the Chicago Northwestern, at least in my opinion, of course. But please make sure to let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Okay, well, that about wraps it up for today's episode. I really hope that you all have enjoyed watching out there as much as I have enjoyed making this video for you guys. Now, like I said earlier, it's a little bit of a different catalog review video than what I normally do here on the channel. But this time around, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much for you guys out there who are watching. So I think it's better to keep it a surprise. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out the new Lionel 2024 catalog, I'll make sure to leave it in the link in the description down below, so that way you guys can go check it out for yourself. But as always, thank you all for watching today's video. As always, my name is Mike. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell down below for any other project that I upload here on the channel. And in the next couple of videos that I'm currently working on, we'll be doing another layout update as far as what's going on up here in the train room. And I'll also be doing another unboxing video for the channel for this year too, which actually includes an item that I did not purchase on trains.com this time. Once again, you guys are just going to have to stay tuned to figure out what that item is. But as always, thank you all for tuning in. I really hope that you all have enjoyed watching today's episode once again, and I hope to see you all on my next video. Take care, guys.